good.
Yep.
MVP, can you see my MVP? Oh, we all got the same shirts on too. I didn't know we coordinated it like that.
Oh, I didn't either. Yep.
Like family
You
feud
got
on this month.
I got my sign to say. I want the MVP to show.
Like family feud.
That's my seal.
Why are you rubbing on your nipples?
Because of the way DJ did it. It looked like it felt good.
I want the MVP.
It looked like it felt good. Try some of that, DJ.
Travis, did you eat my candy while I was gone?
No. You turned it
She
down.
actually didn't.
You turned it down. I've been hospitality.
He actually
Hospitality?
Hospitality.
What's the hospitality?
He offered it. So nah, we killed them cookies. Me and Rain and Kim killed them cookies down there.
Franz had a couple.
Mixed with chocolate.
I put some of the chocolate cake on it. She was
It
hot.
was good.
On top of the
There's some good
cookie?
chocolate cake down there too. You missed that cake.
Was it the chocolate? Was
Maybe
it like all the
fudge.
different chocolate desserts?
No.
Was
Yeah,
it
they
that
had
thing?
all the cakes up
Yeah,
there.
all the cake.
Oh,
They had
okay.
a chocolate cake. It was chocolate fudge
cake.
cake.
Uh-huh.
I ain't gonna lie, that colorful cake looked good too. I ain't messed with Dorky out of clown.
I wouldn't have clowned you, T.
That cake looked good too.
Oh, you get it.
It was like a confetti looking cake.
DJ, you can't whisper on the podcast because we already started. Welcome to the end of the day. What's happening? Man's View Podcast. Welcome to another episode. They didn't heard all that shit y'all was talking about. All that little junk y'all was talking about, they didn't heard all that.
We on vacation.
Cookies.
Let them go and get it. You know what I'm saying? Get the cookies and all that. Y'all straight. It's vacation time.
That's it.
And guess what? Like I told y'all, we're gonna give y'all another episode of the Man's View Podcast on the vacation cruise.
That's right.
We got to get it.
We
You know
about
what
to be
I'm saying?
moving too. We actually
We about to be
with
moving.
that.
I make sure I show some video of the boat moving.
Yep.
Y'all might be at the house chilling, but we out here cruising
Why is
on
this
vacation.
man got the seal going across the screen?
Get him,
That
Mike.
man happy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Who's ready?
What that is, Mike? What is it?
Who's ready?
That is his towel seal that the room steward has
You gotta
left
show it better.
on
It
the
look,
bed.
it look borderline trash on
Yeah,
the
you
thing.
yeah,
put
the
the eyes
eyes,
and
the
everything.
put the
other
eyes.
side, the
Yeah,
other
he did not
side.
one of the
There
eyes.
we go.
There we go.
There you go.
Oh,
Much
man.
better.
What an eye went.
She
I
worked.
think it only had
Looks like a
one.
tadpole.
You only have one eye.
Oh,
She
we
worked
already
hard for
moved.
I turn this way.
Yeah.
It used to look better.
Oh, we
But
are moving.
We moving. We
Y'all
leaving
moving.
this, leaving
We
this little
We
leaving.
pull
boat.
it out. We pull it out.
We survived the DR.
Yeah. We made it. We ate nothing. We drunk nothing at the DR. I didn't want to breathe the air, but they wouldn't let me off the boat with my mask on. So we got another episode for you guys. It is vacation time, so I mean it's vacation time. What you expect from me? You happy that I'm doing this shit right now? You know what I'm saying? I'm going out my way to do this for y'all. So y'all take whatever the fuck I give y'all at the moment. But we do have some topics from some of our people in the room. Fran's gonna kind of sit back a little bit. I'm not gonna give you too many. My boy Mike got a couple good ones. You know what I'm saying? He definitely gonna
With
kill
the
him with a couple of
glasses on.
these. You know what I'm saying? Now he's
He's
looking
already
like
prepared.
he in the Matrix. And I think Travis got one. Are we gonna go with that one?
Yeah, we might.
Well-
We might. We're gonna see how things flow.
Well, I know Kim got one, and you know, we usually let the women. I mean, we have let the women get topics in before. It wasn't the best topics.
Oh.
Just to be honest, it wasn't the best topics.
Somebody's waving. They're waving at us.
Bye-bye.
There's another ship right
That's
on
that
the
little
side.
boat. That's
That's
that
the
little
little
boat.
boat. That's the little boat.
Wave at the little tugboat. Wave at the little tugboat.
We on the 7th deck and they all the way to the side.
Yeah, we already see the top of their boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We in the suite right now. I know y'all can see a little bit behind me and Kim. You know what I'm saying? DJ and Mike, they big ballers.
Yeah.
And we got the suite. So yeah, we up here doing the podcast in their room. You know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody ain't able. You know what I'm saying?
Bang.
But anyway, and we usually do the inspirational person of the week. But I can't lie, I'm on vacation. I'm feeling real inspirational right now. So I think I'm the inspirational person of the week. Shout out to you guys. I accept it. I know you guys wanted me to be here for the longest, and I finally took it. Thank you. And you asked, why am I the inspirational person of the week? Travis, let them know why I'm the inspirational person of the week.
Man, Fran's too fly for everybody, man.
Oh, Lord.
That's my partner right there. Been my road dog for a long time, man, and I have to give him that shout out for the inspirational person of the week.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about.
Good job.
Mike,
Well,
let
Franz,
him.
I feel like I'm the
Round of
inspirational person
applause.
of the
Round
week.
of applause.
Why are you the inspirational
DJ's
person of the week?
Creative Corner. shout her out every week.
Oh, I mean,
My
that
bad.
wasn't the reason why.
My bad, I was trying to-
What we got?
I just felt like I was inspirational. I mean,
DJ has been zenned out. Has been chill.
like for no particular reason, just like, you know.
DJ cheated on the boat.
Yeah, she cheated.
Cheated in the game.
Cheated on
It's
I
Facebook.
Space
don't, I don't know how
Space
much
10.
inspiration I
Yeah,
can get out
that
of
ain't
that.
inspiration and cheating on
Yeah.
games and stuff like that. Back to me.
There we go.
Ron,
There we go.
Somebody trying to take my shine. Mike, let them know why I'm an inspirational person of the week, man.
just inspirational because of the way he's chasing the Lakers. Want the Lakers to do what they want to do and control their destiny. That's all he want. That's all he want.
He got
He's
input on that?
Yeah.
LeBron's got input on that.
Honorary
Say it again.
GM.
Look, he is the honorary. He's calling it as he see. We get play by play in the Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic.
He got Kawhi meeting with the team today.
That's right. That's
I
tough.
must have missed that while I was doing
Yeah,
my
you
laundry.
missed
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's you doing laundry on vacation. That's one of the rules.
She
you gotta
already
put in
messed
next
up
year.
there. That's why we can't put on the inspiration.
Oh, Travis, don't even sit over there and trip because you probably was mad because I didn't tell you I was doing the laundry so we could do our laundry together.
She was a little wrong for that. She didn't hold me to washer. Didn't hold me a washer or dryer.
No text, no nothing.
But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Congratulations to myself, you know what I'm saying?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's after you have you on your podcast. You can just make up some shit and the niggas go with it. This nigga just said I was full of shit and kept on going. Okay. So, like I said, sometimes we had women get some topics. They might not be the best topics, but she my wife, so y'all chill out. Kim, what is the topic that you
Such a
have?
lovely
Fine.
intro. Thank you.
You should be showing them this view as we leave in the DR.
Can I show? Can I stretch
Look
it
at
out
that.
there like that? Oh Lord, I don't know if I
might
can.
be able
I don't know if I can
to.
be able to stretch it out there like
Stretch
that.
it out there for him.
Let me see.
Oh,
Can I see a little bit?
It's made for
Hi, look, Kim. Hi,
It
look,
looks
Kim.
good. It
Look
looks
good?
Oh, it's made for
Oh man.
It's
That's
made
pretty.
it's made
Can I-
Oh,
Let me
and
hit,
that
let me.
leads into my first topic. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
no.
Right there, let me
There
hit.
you go.
I see. Y'all can see a little bit of that.
You hear the music? It party.
There we go. There we go. We gonna set this back up. There we go. There we go. How we looking? Am I set back up right?
No,
the wrong
you
cup.
over a little bit.
Oh, it's the wrong cup? Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Perfect.
There we go.
Got it.
You can put it on the ground. It's gonna fall out. Okay. Gotcha. Ah man. Y'all ain't worked. Sucks for you niggas. Oh man. But anyway, like I said, I didn't even get introduced to everybody that's in the room. That's my bad. I was so inspirational. I forgot about everybody else.
Forgot about little people.
Okay, so let's start off with my left.
For this.
It may be my right on the screen. Yeah, who knows? But we're gonna start off with we got Travis and Serena. Say hi, Travis. Serena.
Hello.
People out
Hello,
there.
MVP.
Okay.
Sorry.
They've all been on here before. Also, we got Mike and DJ. Say hey,
Book 'em.
Mike and
What's
DJ.
up? Book 'em. Let's get it.
There we go. And then, of course, you know, Franz, inspirational person of the week. Also, my wife. Say
Thank
hey.
you. Thank you.
You good? Okay, babe. Now, can you tell the podcast your topic that you had?
Well, yeah, actually, that view was just a beautiful segue into my topic. So my first topic is, since we have everyone here, we've been traveling as a party of 6 for what, 3 years in a row now?
Mhm.
3 years in a row. So what I want to talk about, we all love to travel. I know all the women do. The guys, they just kind of, when we first started, we had to drag them. And then now they like to go too. So I want to know, what are some pros and cons of traveling with your spouse or your mate? What do you enjoy about it, and what are some of the things that you not so much enjoy?
I don't know. DJ don't look like too many pros if you saw her face right
No expression on my face.
there. You'll
Travis.
see it on the
I
playback.
mean, your name, whoever you is.
Just threw me in there, huh?
Hell man.
So I'll start.
Yeah.
So I love traveling with Mike because he lets me get anything that I want when we're traveling. I don't have no issues. He doesn't. It's like we're on vacation, and so we don't really. I can't say we set a budget beforehand. Because as we've discussed in previous podcasts, I'm the financial advisor in our family. So as long as he knows everything's been taken care of before we left, like, you know, today's the first of the month, But before we left home, I made sure all the bills were paid for July before we left. And so now it's like, you know, you can get whatever you want. And I don't have to worry about when I get home explaining to him why I spent what I spent. So.
You agree with that, Mike?
I totally agree. That's always been a concern about comfort. You know, comfort and not stretching beyond comfort. If we can have a good time, let's have a good time without stretching and being like trying to be with the Joneses. Let's just stay within our budget. We gonna be all right.
You try to keep up with the Andersons.
Everybody trying to keep up with the Andersons.
We're our advisors also, so just listen.
Now, the only thing that I can say that's kind of like you could say is a negative is deciding where we want to go and what we want to do. Is because everybody has different interests, and if he could probably sit in the sports bar and watch Wimbledon right now because Wimbledon is going on, he would do that. But I know him. He is sacrificing right now to do other stuff and to walk around the boat and, you know, go to other activities, even to do the podcast right now because he'd probably prefer to be watching sports. So it's a sacrifice for him to be doing anything during this time frame because he'd rather be watching sports.
I'll be doing the podcast. I like the podcast. But one of the I guess the pros is I am with you all the time. There's no distractions.
And we get uninterrupted sex.
Okay.
Well,
All
all right.
It's not interrupted at all.
But you don't have to worry about if the door is locked and the kids are going to walk in on you.
You don't have to worry about
Balcony love.
Yeah, and that's one thing about it. There's no interruptions. If you know, it's a good flow. You know, that's one of the great positives about it. And also, we still able to do our individual thing and come together. Some of the negative part about it, I feel, it's hard to get away with some stuff. Sneaking off, going to get your snacks. You know what I'm saying, fellas? You go ahead, you done ate before, and then go get dinner again, and say, "Oh, babe, I don't need that much. It's a little bit, But you done ate Chick-fil-A before you went home. That's a negative. Because on the boat, you eat at a certain time, and everybody go.
Everybody know.
You been going to get Chick-fil-A before you come home to eat dinner?
Huh?
Put your glasses on, Mike.
Hey,
Put your glasses
where you
on.
shades at? We on the boat. We on vacation. Everything at homeland don't matter.
Yeah, you better go to the boys' Go to the boys'.
So I would say a pro for us is that we do just have time to reconnect once a year, every year for 7 days. Really appreciate that time. I have a hard time thinking about cons besides the fact that Travis is a napper in the middle of the day. I have come to learn that he loves his naps, and if I don't allow him to have his naps, it's not for a good day. So we just let him have his naps. So that's a major con that I have, but that would be my pro and my con.
Podcast lovers, I'm telling you. When DJ said sacrifice, it's 4:20.
This is nap time.
This is that midday nap time. So hello to y'all, because I'm up here doing my nap time now. But I would say I agree with Serena, and honestly a lot of stuff DJ and Mike said too towards the pros of it. It's not a whole lot of cons because you get to spend full time with your spouse and get to do a lot of things that you don't get to do on a regular, even just conversations. Like I say, you may live with your wife and different things like that, but just when you got kids, you're married, you got jobs, you do a whole bunch of other things, you don't really sometimes get to really just sit down and just have good conversation all the time with your spouse. And when you're on a boat, it's just, that's it. You get to have good conversations everywhere all day long, whether you're on a Serenity deck chilling, whether you're just in the room chilling with your friends at the dinner table. You kind of get that undivided. With me and Serena don't really do the whole sit at dinner table and eat dinner like that. We kind of eat on the run or make dinner and we go eat in the living room and look at TV, different things like that. So Here on the boat, it's none of that. It's no TVs. I mean, it's TVs. Y'all get to have a lot of fun.
You only have like
I ain't
3
trying
real
to shut it
channels
down
to
and make it
watch.
sound boring. It's great here. It's great here. But, you know, you go sit at the dinner table. It's formal. I don't never dress nice at all. No dinner. you see me, but I got my MVP on. It's nice, but the basketball shorts and all that, this Coach Boyce all the time. So, and the hat, there we go. So to see me, you know, I'm sure from my wife, to see me in a collar shirt and some khakis and polos, different things like that, and just sitting there eating and just having a good time, that's something that we don't get to do all the time. So just that part of it, I would say, is definitely a pro. Getting to do it and enjoy it with other couples as well. Like I said, we're all busy. We all got the same schedule. We don't necessarily hang around each other a lot like that outside of being able to do things like this. So all of that stuff is also a pro with it. Cons would be going back to my nap time. Be going back to my nap time situation. Wife, you don't like me to get my midday naps, and I need them. I need them podcast viewers. I need y'all to talk to her because I need these midday naps. They
I
feel
let
so
him take
good.
his naps.
They feel so good, but I really can't. I almost agree with y'all. Y'all didn't really have no cons. I don't think I have too many cons towards it. I don't. I really don't. I enjoy the cruise.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, you heard what they had to say. Now let's hear the real.
Oh God.
I'm gonna tell you the pros and cons for real of being on a cruise and doing this kind of stuff. First off, con. If you're a picky eater, sometimes it sucks for you because you're gonna have to eat what they got out there. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to find something, you're gonna stick to it, because sometimes it ain't made the way you used to tasting it. You know what I'm saying? And then con, you're tired a lot. You're doing a lot. Okay, another kind. I'm married. We all married in the room. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah.
My girl, they love me in Puerto Rico.
That's my people. That's my people.
I gotta have my shades on. I gotta have my hat low.
Hey,
You know
shades
what I'm
right there.
saying? Yeah, there you go. Put that down. Right on there. I gotta put it low. And then that's how I gotta run around the city. You know what I'm saying? But they love me out here, man. I appreciate that. Just so I can show the people.
Puerto Rico.
Another thing is, everywhere I go, I try to tell Kim these are my people.
But see, he forget that they love him in Puerto Rico, but they might love us in Puerto Rico too.
I would like to think so. I would like to think so.
I would like to think so.
You think whatever you want, but what I know is they love France. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh my God.
it's hard for me to go around and move around these little places. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if you saw it, but when we was in the thing today, we was in Dominican Republic. Like I said, we only stayed about an hour because I had to get out there and stick
60
and move.
minutes.
Yes, not longer than that. These people was looking at me. Some of the little females in there looking at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm married. Black men don't cheat. First off,
That's
you
right.
heard me. Black men don't cheat.
That's it.
So
Don't cheat.
I'm trying to stick and move, and then the lady was eye beaming me. You know what I'm saying? Like staring at me. So I locked eyes with her, and when I locked eyes with her, I hit something off the damn shelf.
Oh my God.
That's when y'all heard everything but falling off the shelf. It's because I'm like, oh shit, she got the sex eyes on me. She got the sex eyes on me right now. So I gotta get this. Oh, let me get this shit together, and then I got up out the stove. That was a diversion. You heard me? She was the first one there to help me with the stuff because she saw me the whole time. She locked eyes with me.
Hey, that's true.
You heard me?
She reacted real quick.
Hey,
I left
True story.
because I was not a part of that.
look at that.
She was trying to get some sunburns.
You heard me? But so pros. There's a lot of pros. I just showed y'all where we was at. You know what I'm saying? We out there. We going from place to place. Friends here. I mean, I'm doing a podcast on the water right now. Who does that? You know what I'm saying? It's nice. Nice having a good time with the people. Everything. I mean, it's not too much. I mean, everything's good. Life is good. You just feel like a weight is lifted off of you once you go on vacation time.
That's very true.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely a pro. You know what I'm saying? Kim, I ain't going to tell them too many cons. I'm going to let you go on and say what you got to say about this, however you feel about this situation.
I actually don't have a con. That was part of my bringing up the topic as well, because this, like everyone else said, this is like the best time ever to be out and reconnect with your spouse and just have us time and then have my girls time. And we go and just do stuff ourselves. Then we do stuff all together as couples, especially when we go to dinner together and we have a great conversation. We laugh, we joke, have a really good time. There's like no reason to be mad out here. Like there's no reason for anybody or anything to get on your nerves. So it makes for a better connection with your spouse.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
What's on my nerves all the time.
Well, he just doesn't like people.
Yeah, I'm
period.
saying,
Yeah, so for normal people, except for LaFrance because he's not normal, but for normal people, there is not a reason to be mad on this beautiful blue and green water with the islands in front of you and nothing, but everybody's in a good mood because everybody's on vacation. So
the wind
it's
blowing
just
in
awesome.
your hair.
Yes, it's one of those, one of the best things.
And one more thing on this subject. One of the pros is you never think about anything racial too much on this boat.
True.
I don't know why, but we don't. I really don't think about it that much because everybody that passed by, they pretty much
they
just like smile. I don't know if they are. I don't know if they are or not. I'm not saying they're not.
In the elevator.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they may is, but right now, mentally, I don't.
That's a good point, Mike.
I agree. I
don't feel
I was
that.
almost going to rebuttal that, but I thought about that was at the airport.
That was at the airport.
That was coming in. That didn't happen on the boat.
On the boat, and we run across some people from Alabama, from Florida, from Tennessee, and I'm talking about. I don't have a second thought to see this guy is a redneck. I don't have these thoughts in my mind. I'm open. I'm like I got all my guards down. Like when something would happen right now, I'll be shocked. But when I get back home. It feel like normalcy. Then that's pretty cool too.
Makes sense.
And you got someone cooking and cleaning for y'all.
Lovely.
Hey, that's another point.
That's right. Green.
Picking up your dirty towels off the floor.
You can't beat that. You leave the room for 2 seconds. You come back, it's clean.
There's no reason. There's no regular reason. Stuff that would annoy you at the house about your spouse. You really don't have time to be annoyed here, so it makes for more romantic, interactions as well. Because it's just like I just see him like the other day. He was just walking down the corridor. I was like, man, he is so handsome. Like I can't wait
You should feel like that all the time.
Anyway, but that's what I'm saying. When you're in real life or when you're in your day-to-day life, there's always 20 other things, especially for a woman anyway. There's always 20 other things that you're worrying about, especially with the kids and your job and the house and cleaning or what's going to be for dinner tonight. Or even all of those little things. So sometimes the small things like, oh my God, my husband looks so nice today, or he looks so handsome, or he's just, all of that in a bag of chips and or whatever you want to say. It sometimes does not get to the forefront of your mind because you're always thinking about everything else you have to do. So here, all of that is taken away. So those things come to the forefront, and it's, it makes for a better romantic interaction.
My biggest worry is which hair I'm wearing.
Mike's topic on
I think that's a good segue.
That's good. That's good. I think the topic was all right. It was borderline plugging, and we didn't get any money for this. So I think this is the time we stop this. If you want to go cruising, you cruise. You want to go on vacation, you vacation.
I'm tired of convincing people about cruising. I think my conversation with people let people know. I think it's over.
It's over.
I think so. I'm really understanding it's over. I'm not going to how to cruise. Man, go. That's all I'm gonna say now. You gotta go. And I'm not gonna describe what pictures I take. I'm not doing all the beauty. I'm not doing that. I've been doing that for 6 years. We've been doing this. I know. We've been doing three
together.
3 years together.
3 years together. But I'm tired of explaining to people about these cruises. And people, I know you don't see me that much on this pod, but it's the last time.
You got time to go back and forth with you.
Mike gone.
Mike gone.
But anyway, like I said, Carnival, if you need anything, or Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, anybody that wants to sponsor the podcast,
Oh, let us
I will
know.
plug you.
My bad.
Yeah.
Let him know.
We'll
Let us know.
go.
Yeah, we'll go. We're not part of the podcast. We're just guests.
Yeah, we're getting.
See how everybody wants to jump on the
Just
team?
need
But anyway, I think Kim's topic segue us into Mike's topic.
Yeah.
Mike, let me hear you.
He had to breathe deep for that one.
Well, I think I was laying in the. I was just laying there. Just thought about a question about Fran, I think you might get say. I want you to say it right. I want to say it right. You said it. You said it. You said it.
Okay.
I can't even recall because it was out of my head. That.
Okay. Mike's topic had to deal with, I think, gender roles and about the workload. How do you feel about the workload being with more?
Yeah, do you think your spouse, do you have times where you think you work harder than your spouse,
Yes,
or your
there you
spouse
go.
works harder than you?
Yes. And the second part of that question, we're not going to go into that right now. I want to hear this because DJ is on it. DJ, please.
Yeah, to get her.
Oh, she quiet. Oh, that is a good one. What you feel?
So, when you say workload or gender roles,
Workload.
Well, we do workload.
It wasn't.
Okay.
When he
Because-
said it wasn't.
okay,
gender
yeah,
role.
because I was getting ready to say those really mean two different things,
You're right.
and because I don't feel there are gender roles.
Yeah, the workload.
Work-
Of your
So-
spouse.
The workload. So you want to know? Do I feel
That you work hard.
that I work harder
Right.
than my spouse
Yes.
Yes.
on a day-to-day basis in our house?
Or week to week, or month to month.
Week
It
to
don't
month.
matter. However
Year
you
to
want to do
year.
that.
In our house, I would say yeah. I definitely do. I think my husband takes for granted the fact that I work from home, and so do a lot of other people. I shall remain named. That shall
No,
remain
this the podcast.
nameless.
We gonna say them names on the podcast.
a lot of other people take for granted the fact that I work from home and don't understand those two words. Work
Yeah.
from home. I am still working. I am on the clock from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. I am still working a job for a company, that I have to answer to a supervisor. And I think he takes that for granted. He feels like because I am at home that I should be able to do more. And that when he comes home from work, he shouldn't have to do certain things. And that's not I don't feel that is the case. It still should be a 50-50 divide on things that need to be done up in the house because we're both working. Just because I'm not leaving the home don't mean that I can do everything in the home because I'm there. It would be different if I could walk around the house all day and do stuff. But I am tethered to my desk, to my phone, to my computer from 7 a.m. to 4 o'clock. I get 2 15-minute breaks, and now I get a 1 hour break, a 1 hour lunch.
15 minutes and an hour?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good company. I'm just saying. That's good.
But that's all I
But
get.
that's not enough to be doing
That's
all
that's
kinds of
not
extra stuff.
that's not enough for me to cook, clean, do laundry, go to the grocery. But I feel like sometimes he thinks that's what I should be doing because I'm at home. What's for dinner? I don't know. What the hell you cooking when you get home?
I'm curious why Mike feels that way.
Because I think that
Why does Mike feel like you have that kind of time?
I,
I'm really curious.
But and I also said there's other people who feel that way too, because there's other people who think because I'm working out from home that they can get other stuff out of me because damn, you at home. Why can't you do this? No, it don't work that way. I am on the clock. I'm working, and so it shouldn't matter who's working at home, who's working this time to that time. When you're at home, you're at home. You're still a couple. You're still a married couple, a family, and we should still be dividing and conquering. if it's something that needs to be done, we're both tired. Both of us can do it. If you got time to come home and sit down and watch TV or play a game or whatever, then you got time to wash a dish.
It's on you, I think.
It's on me.
Yeah.
So
It's on you.
oh, I mean that's a tough one.
You don't want to bring it up.
I mean,
Hey,
my thing is I do not think she's not at home doing anything. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that she's not working hard.
Wait, before you answer that,
answer your workload question.
you got who do you think works harder? Do you think you work harder than your wife, as far as her workload, or how you feel? You
Honest. I feel like I work harder. I'm being honest because it's all about honesty about who. What,
Yeah.
ain't about that. I feel
Perception is your
my
reality.
perspective. Just like she feels that she's working harder than me.
Yeah.
Because she's not in my footsteps. So, my thing is I'm a school teacher, basketball, football coach, dual contract. That's what it's about. You're dealing with other people's kids that you have no basis. They're not mine. So I haven't bought them up. I'm getting them where they at. Whatever's being.
Hold on one second, because I don't think I got the question right. Because when you said who works harder in the house, when I answered and said I work harder, I said I work harder in the house.
Just workload.
Yeah.
Well, we said
Workload.
workload.
Okay,
Workload,
so
period.
I
I
do
think it's
apologize.
the same.
I was saying I work harder at home in the house as far as
In
the
a
work.
24-hour day.
I was saying I work the workload of the home workload, not the job workload.
But that's part of
But
the
it's your
that's part of your whole
That's
workload.
part of
So
your
it's
that's
all
part of
calculated.
your
Yeah,
Okay,
day
well,
to day,
I-
week to week, month to
So
month.
just you as a person,
Year to
period.
year,
Your job,
decade to
home,
decade.
Your
calculate
workload, period.
kids,
Everything that you
what
do.
you do with the
I will
kids.
still stick with me. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Big change.
Because I'm working 2 jobs. Go on.
And that's what I'm saying. And she, she worked. She got more. She pretty much 3 because she retired from another one. But I'm saying that I'm working 2 jobs too. It's just under one contract. So and they don't see us as teachers. They don't see us teachers working that type of way when you're a teacher coach. They don't see it that way. They see us as just that one entity.
I count paychecks. If it's one paycheck, it's one job.
But you go on that paycheck, you see them stipends.
Stipends.
You know what I'm saying? You see where you at, and
It's
it's a workload, and people don't see that in the nonstop, the after hours, even though the school day ends at 3:45 or whatever, 4:15, whatever, that coach don't stop. It's almost like how she told me one time in the military. I'm a military person. I'm a military soldier. 24 hours a day, right?
But at that time, I'm an officer. I'm a leader. So I'm leading those soldiers 24 hours a day. Those soldiers go to the club and act out, and something happens. They calling me at 2 o'clock in the morning.
And we not. And as a coach, I'm not saying I'm not an officer or something, but in a certain that call gonna come. And it's gonna wake me up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning if it's one of my kids that I coach or whatever. That information is gonna come to me. So I am a coach 24 hours a day, like 24 hours. So it's and I think it's just people don't understand that, and people don't understand that. Oh man, y'all don't work during the summer, man, and y'all get paid over summer. That's money that come out of my check prior to. Like, it's not free money. They cutting my money short to pay me over the summer. So it's not that money just they flipping that money like they got extra money to give me whatever amount of money got. No, that's my salaries over 12 months getting held up and still being taxed.
Yeah.
So it's a two-way. I mean, I just feel that people just gotta understand the idea of how hard we work on as a dual contract teacher and stuff like that.
Just teachers,
and when we get home, and if you don't understand that, and you get home and you gotta de-escalate. It's not me. Like I watch a Young and the Restless, okay? I look at them.
You ain't gotta
I'm I look at Victor Newman and everything, but this Young and the Restless is what get my mind back. Like I don't know why I've been watching them since the '80s, but it's what get me back, right? And she do good at it. I think she understand that part, but she gives me that at Young and the Restless. Like I'm sitting there, Young and the Restless. She said, "Babe, you finished? Babe, hey, this is what got to be done." And that helps me. But I understand. I don't think she not at home, not working and everything like that. And sometimes I do, babe. I mess up. I do come in because I'm frustrated from other. That's me bringing my stuff home from the job, and that stuff does happen.
But you text me in the middle of the day, what's for dinner?
Oh, that be planned though. Because
that. I like to text me, what's for dinner?
Oh yeah, I tell her to text you. Oh yeah, but she cooked better than me. Hey, she cooked better than me. Okay.
Period.
But like I said, your perceptions are your realities. I think what it comes down to is how well do you work together. Because for me, I feel like at certain times of the year, he works harder than me. I don't think it's all year long, no. But some of those things that I do are by my choice. So that's why I take that into account. That all the things extracurricular, I would say, because I'm not in school, but I do teach on the side. But that's something that I do. I am, part of a HR organization for my professional development, but that's something that I do. So I take that into account. So that's why I'm like, I don't say all year long he works harder than me. I say most of the year I feel like I work harder. But my perception is my reality. Like, he thinks he probably works way harder than me. But the other thing, the unique thing about
well, welcome back to the MVP. How y'all doing?
Welcome back, baby. Good to be here, baby.
How y'all
I hope
doing?
I was already sick.
Yeah, you were sick there. This is day 2 of the MVP. We recorded the first half of the footage, and my file got corrupted. So guess what? We here again because I told y'all I was going to give y'all a podcast, and I'm not lying to y'all. We get it. So excuse me. This is the last day of the cruise. We going back. So excuse us if our moods ain't up to par. Don't nobody want to go home. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Tough life.
Tough life.
It's rough.
Nobody wants to deal with
exactly. So I think I got a lot still from the last podcast. Got about 30 some odd minutes. You know what I'm saying? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just skip gears. Basically, let's do a quick synopsis of the last topic. Basically, everybody thought. Well, no, the guys thought. No, not y'all two. Me and Travis thought we could do the women's jobs.
You and Travis thought you can do all our jobs.
Real talk.
Finesse.
But the women came up with some good points, and I think by the end of it, I think we all had mutual respect for everybody's job, and we said, y'all got it. I don't want to mess with it. Mike was already on that train. It took a little bit of wisdom to come through, you know what I'm saying? Hit us in.
Not meant for that.
And we have a challenge.
We do have a challenge.
Travis and LaFrance is coming work at DJ's Creative Corner.
Yep. So if you want a shirt made by me, the price going up. So just to let y'all know. But yeah, that was the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, a couple cameras and stuff got messed up, but it's all right. We back on today. So we got a topic for you guys. We're gonna hit this one quick, and we're gonna get up out of here because we got things to do before it's time to go. Okay. Got a topic for all you guys. I want to know how y'all feel about this. How would y'all feel if your husbands or your wife came to you and talked to you in the same manner that they talk to their friends, like their girlfriends or their boyfriend? Not, I can't say boyfriends, they partners. That sounds good. But how would you feel about that? Like, just to give some examples. I'm like, hey, I'm walking down the strip or something like that, and I see somebody with a big old booty. I say, hey, Kim, that ass big, boy, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, that thing big. My boy, he'd be like, yeah, I got you, Franz.
That's a fat ass.
That's how it would be. But women might not take it the same way. So I kind of want to know how they feel about that. Also, I want to know how women talk. We dudes, we don't know how y'all be talking. We figure y'all talk about cleaning and cooking and the kids and shit like that. If y'all talk about that, we definitely, I mean,
we on point.
Yeah, we good. We
talk about fat asses too.
Exactly. So I mean, hey, how we feel about that talking and getting that through and talking about basically how you talk. You know what I'm saying? How we talk when the other significant other is not around. That's what we'll talk about. Anybody want to start this one off? Y'all can get it.
We'll let DJ.
Why y'all always look at me now?
You go. DJ. Oh, she ready. She ready. Go ahead, DJ.
I think we have that type of relationship where we can talk to each other. So he has, like, if we're out somewhere, if he's seen somebody with a big butt or whatever, he said it, and it wasn't like disrespectful. We're like, man, did you see that? And I'm like, yeah, I saw that. Or sometimes, most of the time, it's somebody who was like maybe sloppy too.
Oh, okay.
And especially ever since he watched that movie, what's that movie? Good Hair.
Oh yeah.
Now he be looking at people with, that's a bad wig right there or something like that. So we'll talk about that kind of things. Like with my girl, I don't talk to him the way I talk to my girls though, all the way, because there are some things that I feel more comfortable talking to you guys about than I talk to him about. I eventually end up talking to him about it, but I think the way that I go about it is different because that comfortability is there with you guys where I know, okay, before I go talk to him about something, I may bring it up to you guys, see how, maybe I should bring it up in this way or talk about it a certain way before I take it to him. It's not all the time, but it's a lot of the time I think I talk to you guys about that kind of stuff. But other than that, I mean, I don't think it's a huge difference. There is a difference, but I don't think it's a huge difference.
It's a huge difference the way guys talk and the way women talk.
I think it is a huge difference because if you listen to sometimes, like if you just go sit downstairs at the sports bar and listen to a group of guys, they are talking about sports and women and ass and boobs and stuff, and we don't look at men that way and talk about, dang, look at the pecs on that guy.
No, we don't talk about
that's not
what you talking about.
We don't talk about penises either.
But we don't really have conversations.
Serena be talking about
Did you see his shorts? Like you could see it through his shorts. Like maybe in high school. I'm not gonna lie. Conversations are not. If we go like when we used to go to unwind, our conversations were never about guys. Our conversations about, well, we got this going on and the kids got this and stuff like that. I think it's also though the environment that we place ourselves in.
Because it's unwind a setting where there's dudes walking around.
No,
well, not really.
It's mostly other women.
But we never put ourselves in situations where there's guys walking around. You don't see us going to a Chippendales show
or Hooters or
why would we go to Hooters?
No, I'm just saying that's places where guys meet.
They don't have that type of
so where we meet,
we don't have that.
It does put us sometimes in settings where there's other women and stuff walking around, where it sounds like unwind, that doesn't seem like a place where there's guys walking around at unwind.
No, not really.
Me, I think I said it could be damn Walmart. I mean, I think in Walmart, any grocery store that's in any dollar store, I think that man talking can come from anywhere. It don't have to be a setting. If I'm with my boys and we walking, it could be a guy talk. It might not be no 3 hours. I'm sorry, man, but it might not be 3 hours. And I'm gonna respect that. I'm gonna respect you so much that you ain't gonna even know I'm doing guy talk. That we do it so quick is it don't have to be a set. We're not sitting down as a group and talking about ass.
But what I will say about this group right here is they have man talk that we've also come to understand, i.e. co-black. We know what co-black means. Yeah, you did.
We've come
so we understand that. But I do believe, I mean, there are times, I don't think we put ourselves, like I said, we don't put ourselves in that type of situation where we are talking about that. But we do talk about other things in our relationship.
We talk about sex.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
With y'all spouses.
No, we talk about with each other.
No, we talk. No,
I'm trying to get the truth.
talk about sometimes sex with you guys too.
Yeah.
If there's something like, if we have a question, or it's like, well, how did you feel with this? Or is there a position that you've tried that just like you don't like?
Oh,
or
I
like
tried that with old dude. That was good.
No.
I'm trying to
Not like that. Not like that.
Only reason why I'm doing that because, like you said, men talk, locker room talk is kind of open to the world. Everybody knows what men talk is. And Franz already, he said it in the middle of his. And so with each one of you guys talking, each one of y'all are saying good stuff, but y'all are leaving out what's actually said. And so we're just doing this to kind of pull out. So we're getting more and more, so that's good.
I mean, we talked about positions.
Yeah.
We talked about
apparatuses.
Yes.
We like when we talked about waxes and and stuff like that. We discussed those things and.
That Brazilian wax is on my I'm sorry.
Hey.
Bad.
Hey.
Bad, Mike.
I'm reaching across the screen to pound on my boy Mike.
Bad,
If y'all haven't got that done yet, ladies.
It's a whole game changer. Right now, that's a game changer.
Ooh-wee.
I can't.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Ooh-wee.
I mean, with you know, I think like we don't be like in there talking about position. We don't go into
it's just physical.
It's just
what you
more
see.
physical. Our visual, and it gotta be in front. Like we're not gonna go and be like, it gotta flash or it gotta be. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like we look at this. Gotta be like, damn, that it just appeared for us. The man talk, and it's not long. It's not long. It's not like a 30-40 minute conversation at all because then we'll switch right back to sports.
To where
we'll go right back to hey Kawhi. Damn.
Speaking of,
and
they've been on Kawhi watch all week long.
Please, Kawhi.
I'm not Pelicans. You're doing a great job, man. Let's get it.
I think our stuff is more strategic.
Yeah.
You know, it has to.
There's more depth. To
yeah,
our
and it's usually for a reason.
Like we're seeking an answer to something.
Yeah, it's for something like.
Yeah, we don't just go in there and talk about sex like, ooh, girl, guess what I did last night. That's not what we do.
It's for
if we bring it up, it's for
the benefit
of a specific reason.
Yeah, like planning for the cruise. Ooh, we need to go shopping.
Yeah,
and you know what we're gonna wear and.
So y'all
we've
feel
elevated.
We've
allowed ourselves to evolve outside of high school.
So to get to the
front
part of his topic, so that's something y'all wouldn't feel comfortable doing, talking with your significant other, correct?
I do. I feel like I do talk to him about that kind of stuff. I do.
I think. I mean,
you can be honest.
I think.
Okay, so I'll be honest. I'm not as
open.
I'm not as open about.
No.
I will be like honestly, I'm not as open about. Well, I haven't been, but I think I'm starting to get a little bit better talking more about sex, like with my husband. Like the act is there, but like talking about it and experimenting with other things. Like I'm ready. I will communicate with my lady friends first, and then talk to you about
because
it.
if we talk to you guys about it, then we wouldn't need to talk to each other about it.
Yeah, really.
About that portion of it. Okay.
Yeah.
But like guys, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna sit around and talk about man.
We won't talk about it.
We ain't gonna talk about like man.
Hey man.
Hey dog.
I'm ready to bend ring over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we won't do that.
Yeah.
We won't do that either.
But we don't talk about it like that.
No, we don't.
But damn, I'm gonna be riding that tonight.
Right. Yeah.
No, we don't.
And we're not gonna talk that way.
Yeah, we don't
We're
either.
not gonna talk that way.
I think y'all, we don't talk like that either.
Not your wives, girlfriends, stuff like that, jump offs. You talk about that like that, but not your wives. You know what I'm saying?
So why would you talk to a girlfriend or jump off? What do you mean?
If you had a girlfriend or something like that,
that's easy.
you would talk to your boys about she gonna tell you.
Gotcha. Okay.
She got big too. She got like that's the talk.
But you don't talk. Okay, it's a
Not
different
about your
level of
wife.
respect.
It's
Okay, I
not good, but
understand that.
you got the jump off, whatever. If when you young, you never really thought that person was gonna be your main.
Yeah, you should have forgotten all about jump offs right about now because it's been a long time.
You
don't know nothing about jump offs.
No.
Shots fired.
No.
But y'all brought up, y'all talked about y'all past.
Yeah, but I ain't talking about no names or nothing like that.
that.
But when there's a person like that, you know, you don't get so much into your feelings either. So if something happen, or you see your boy walking in the mall with that person you maybe been with, it's no big deal because I mean, ain't no issue.
No one before us even mattered.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if it was, but you the main, so it's different. You see what I'm saying? It's different. So that boy, I don't know what y'all talking about.
No, we with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I'm just saying, that's where I'm at. I'm like, that
Mm-hmm.
person, if I see her with somebody else, it's like, but if I was like my wife, even my wife and somebody, it's gonna go down. I'm running over there or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you could talk about that other person.
So I guess the answer from the guys, or at least from me, we talk about a little bit of stuff we talk about with our significant others. I think, like I said, France and Kim, good relationship. I think me and you, we do that at times. At times we do that too, or I have that
Or I
moment.
know he's seen something in the mall, and I'll just look at him,
Well,
waiting on a reaction.
what she don't,
I know exactly
what
what's
she
about to
don't
happen.
realize, viewers.
He's already peeped it.
I see it before she see it. Before she think I saw it. So it's like it ain't really a mind game, but it's one of those things where she be like, ooh, I see it. I'm gonna sit here and stare at him to see if he gonna look at it, because I know what type of girls he like.
Yeah.
And this is one I know he gonna look at. So I'm gonna just look at him to see if he gonna look. But little do she know, I already know peeped it. So I peeped it before she peeped it. So now while she's staring at me, and this young lady happens to walk by, I'm already in the not looking in that direction, because I know she's looking at me thinking I'm about to look at this person go
That's
by.
because I know my man. It's fine.
But we have had our moments too, and then she does that. She tries to tempt me. She's done that a few times with the, ooh, babe, you saw that? Right. Oh, I ain't really.
Hey, see what?
What I saw, but I had already saw it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think with us, a lot of times, it like I said, just stays with the guys, and it just stays what you consider locker room talk, because to a certain degree, women, in my opinion, they're already somewhat subconscious. Am I using the right word? About self-conscious. There we go. Self-conscious about their self as it is a lot. And my wife personally doesn't need me to come home and tell her, I think I saw somebody today that looked bad or was cute or had a big booty or anything that makes her feel, insecure or whatever, whatever the case may be. So I think with us, because it doesn't mean anything as far as substance or something for it, it doesn't make sense for us, in my opinion, to put the woman at an unease in our relationship when that doesn't mean anything to us at all.
So sweet.
Oh, I'm trying.
Well, like Kim said, I might say something. That's only if they looking sloppy or something like that. That's when I say
That's
it.
most
But
of the time what it is.
yeah, I'm not gonna have no locker room talk like that with Kim. I mean, like man talk. It's not gonna be the same amount. And she ain't ready for that.
Yeah.
So that ain't. That I can't do that. Mike, what you looking like? You not doing that, huh?
But no. it ain't happening. This girl is gangster, but I'm not having, like, I mean, I never have. So Mama's starting now. She never heard me, even when
He have sports locker room talk with me.
we talk sports all
Yes.
day. We
I
talk
talk
sports.
sports.
Yeah,
So
really
why
do.
not talk to me about when you see the girl with the fat ass and say,
So explain to me, how would you feel? Because right now your face just looking at him
He's
when he was
telling
just
you why
talking
not
a
to
little.
say
why y'all
that.
always saying I'm giving
Okay, the
face?
viewers,
You
the
do
viewers,
that.
MVP.
The
Does
viewers
DJ give face or not? Over the last 45 minutes, what have you seen?
I don't give face.
Okay, so it won't bother you at all if Mike came in and was like, or if y'all was walking together, he saw, oh dang, DJ, you see that? That wouldn't bother you?
No, it wouldn't.
Don't try that, Mike. Don't
Don't test the theory. Don't test the
I am 46. I am smart. No way.
There you go.
No way. You used to hate when I used to hang with your cousin, and we never talked in front of you.
That is different. I mean, and that could be a whole nother topic, and that is a single man and a married man hanging out. I think those have two different mentalities.
I agree.
So I think
I can see that.
that's totally different. If you and I are together and we're walking and you together and you see somebody who has a nice butt and you say that person has a nice butt or has a nice set of boobies, you know, and you'll be like,
Where she gonna rub it?
Rubbing them,
Rubbing them again, y'all.
I did not rub him. I didn't touch him. But you be like, dang, babe, do those look real or they look fake? You know, if you come at me like something like that, then I'll be like, and I might look myself and be like, I don't know, babe. They look a little fake
That's
to me.
different. Real
You know?
or fake versus that's a nice rack.
Well,
Like
But
if
that's
he told
really
that
what
to
they
me,
saying,
yes,
probably.
that's what they would say to each other.
Yeah.
well, I would say that.
I'm not gonna say that's a nice
I'm
Okay,
saying,
well,
Well,
you know
you
what I
know.
mean.
it depends if DJ's on that CBD hall. I can definitely talk to her like that. If she ain't on that
Let's put my business out on the podcast.
Look, hey, MVP.
The computer.
We see the
camera
face.
didn't stop.
You see the face MVP?
Making face.
We see the face MVP. Eyes roll and everything.
But I think that is a good. I like that question you asked though about like single, like married men hanging with single men and like, or married men with married men single. I meant not in that way, but like y'all just hanging out.
I got you.
So,
I'm
yeah,
following.
yeah.
We tracking.
You tracking.
Well, y'all
So-
in a good situation because all our homies are
Thank God.
pretty much tied close. We got a couple of this. We waiting on.
But when y'all weren't,
We got
Yeah.
a couple we waiting
I didn't
on.
have an
Hey,
issue with y'all
Oh, yeah.
hanging with
Greg.
with your single friends.
Yeah.
Just as long as you
we waiting
remember.
on- we waiting on a
That you were
couple.
married.
Yeah.
Oh, we
But I
ain't-
think all of their friends
Mhm.
were pretty. I can't think of somebody right off the top of my head. Maybe one, but he's married now. But where I was
Probably
just
know
like,
exactly who it is.
mm,
I like that.
hanging with.
I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, there's none that I can think of two, and this one ain't married either.
They went from
But-
1 to 2.
Yeah, it went from one now that I started thinking about it. But I never I trusted him, so it really wasn't like, oh my gosh, he's about to go out there and do something stupid. It was just like, Lord, please don't let them crazy people get him in a situation where
He can't get out.
that he can't get out of, or it's gonna take an act of God to get him out of it. Not that he would do anything with another woman.
Act of my fist.
Well, I don't go that far, but
Oh, that's just me.
But like, what my single friends? Do you have any problem with my single friends? Only one.
But we don't have enough time on this. We don't have enough time on this podcast for that.
So
All
that-
of Travis'
so
friends are married, so we're
the, so the
good.
answer seems like no. Well, everybody's a no except for
Everybody's a
Kim.
no. I would not want to be talked to like the locker room talk. I wouldn't want that from my husband. No.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So
You know, man. What's wrong with you?
I did get joined into the girls group.
Yeah.
On,
Oh my God,
the
that was an
ship
accident.
For like a couple minutes.
Like
Yeah, but we hadn't said anything, so
But Franz tried to be involved in the girl group
She
too
knew
when all
exactly
the
that
when
was
all the
you.
fellas had took off. He's like, "Go ahead, talk to me, ladies. What's going on?"
What happened to
Let's talk
Fran
about the
did?
Like, that is not how we sound.
Right, exactly.
Kim like my song on in the group.
Lord
Oh
have
my
mercy.
God.
Y'all ain't like my
She
song.
knew exact time you typed. She knew it was Travis, but she was like, "Why is Travis on our page?" I'm like, "What you talking about? This is Travis' boy."
Yes.
It was like, "Oh my goodness."
So they even have locker room talk on the cruise, y'all. So it's fine.
It's a separate group.
Separate group.
yeah.
yeah. So
Bring your shades on the cruise.
if you was in a relationship, I don't know, tread lightly. You know what I'm saying? Hit her with a couple things. Don't just come straight out and be like, "Oh, that ass crazy." Ease her into that. If she seems like she ain't receptive, I will move on. Don't do that shit. But I think that's good. That's all y'all gonna get.
We on the boat.
We only
on
got
the
a little.
boat.
We got only got a
We
few
got
rounds,
two more
y'all.
discs to hit up.
lip sync battle.
Yeah, we got too many things to do today. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you didn't, too bad. We out here enjoying life. Y'all need to say anything in closing? Oh my God. You got anything in closing? Do you want to tell the people? Oh man. Did you see that?
We have been having a great time. We've been having a great time.
They've been drinking already. They got a couple wine bottles, but I apologize. Mike, you got something you want to tell the people before we leave about here, man?
I appreciate you having us, man. It's
No
an
problem.
honor to be on your show and your pod, and keep going, man.
Appreciate that. Travis.
Always a pleasure, man. I know No, I don't come up here much, but like I said, I enjoy it every time, man.
Make
Appreciate
sure
you.
peace sign is in camera angle.
Serene, you got
MV. I can't
Oh.
remember P.
P.
That's not sign language P.
Oh.
MVP. MVP. I'm just playing. We had a great time. Love you guys.
Shirt.
Oh yeah. DJ's Creative Corner. I waited till the last day. Dripping in melanin.
Right.
you see what we on the cruise with. Thank y'all for joining us. Until next time.
Peace
y'all
out,
take it easy.
MVP.
Pray for me. Pray for book. Do everything I can.